congratulations on another season. And the first thing I want to start off with is obviously the fact that you are now promoted to series regular status, which I was so excited about. One thing that really sticks out to me about the show is how diverse the cast is. And it's wonderful to see you promoted in particular because Harry is going to allow this younger generation to kind of see themselves in the main storylines. Why do you think that's so necessary to have not only in network television today, but with a first responder show like 911?
Yeah, I mean, I think 911 really well encompasses diversity, right? I feel like 911 reflects the world, and it's not just about race or gender in the cast. Now it's also about age. Um, ABC especially does such an amazing job of making sure their casts are diverse and reflect what we see all around us. And I think especially with Harry being added to the cast, it brings this like new, fresh perspective on what it means to be a young person becoming in the world, what it means to find yourself, what it means to, with Harry now dropping out of high school and trying to kind of find his own path, right? Like this is what a lot of people go through. And I think that it's really special that the show is able to have so many touch points. So I'm really excited about the journey of Harry in season 9. I'm sure that a lot of other people are connecting with that, and yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's a pleasure to be able to play this character.
Yeah, I was so excited when I heard the news. And like, I've already loved the content you're getting in the first two episodes that I've seen. And I know we're going to have so much more. And I'm
Oh yeah.
excited to talk to you, particularly after episode 2, because there's so many little details I want to break down with you. It worked out
Absolutely.
perfectly. One of my favorite scenes from the episode was that scene between Buck and Harry, where he's just talking about, like, I can't do another funeral, like, not again. What was the beauty in having that scene, particularly be with Oliver, aka Buck? Given Buck's relationship with Bobby? And are we going to see more of Buck kind of taking Harry under his wing, being like that older brother type of deal? Because I loved all the small details, even like him giving Harry his helmet at the end. It was just planting the seeds, and I'm like, oh, I want so much more of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the relationship between Harry and Buck is a really cool one. I think Harry right now, um, I think the main theme for him has been this idea that he is looking and kind of longing for some type of parental space in his life, right? Like he, you know, unfortunately with his dad being, off in other countries, like saving people, his stepdad just dying, and now to he has his mom, but his mom is doing the whole space thing, and he's feeling angry about all this risk that people are taking all the time. I think it's really special that he can find Buck and Buck can see him, right? Because I think Buck also, he's had his own journey. He's had to go through his own ups and downs and spaces of grief and having to cope with things. And in that way, Buck sees him. And even though he's not his parent, he becomes that guardian older brother type figure. And I think that allows Harry to really feel seen. And I think that's going to be it's going to be a really special dynamic going forward in the season. I think that it's Buck's also a younger guy, so he also understands like what Harry is going through because he's not too far off from being in this space of like trying to learn. I mean, Buck's still trying to learn himself, so he completely empathizes with Harry, and Harry sees that he has a support system in Buck, even with the whole like he's giving him his helmet. He's like, Harry, I'm looking out for you. I see you. I want to be of service to you. I want to help you. And I think that really is just that's pushing Harry along in knowing that he has somebody and also that he has space to comfortably find himself, knowing that he has support around him.
Did you and Oliver get to talk about maybe getting to explore that dynamic further since there is so many layers to it and so much to be explored? Were you guys able to have any conversations about it?
Yeah, I mean Oliver. First of all, I just love Oliver. I mean, he's a
He's the
great guy.
best.
He is an absolutely amazing guy. A lot of people don't know, like he's British, so like he has the whole British charm thing already. I mean, it's fun being around the guy. He's always in the gym at like 2, 3 in the morning. Tries to get me to come along to the sessions. I'm like, I need sleep, but um, with us having such a great dynamic and such a great relationship, we also become really great scene partners. And our conversations are really deep around the characters, and especially like plot forward. We want to be able to bring audiences the best performance possible. And so for us, like understanding the layers of, you know, he has his own storyline. Hey, how does that funnel maybe into, how this certain dynamic could work here or there? We very much so have a lot of conversations around like how do we continue to build that bond? How do we create just little moments? Like the whole helmet thing was actually kind of improvised in the moment. It was like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. This
My
was not
God.
like written directly in the script, right? So stuff like that is like this is the special thing, and people actually pay attention to it. People get excited about it, right?
It was
So
all
that's
just
what
so
we're
you
looking for.
know, it was all over Twitter when it happened. Like people
Yeah,
were pointing it out. Like that is
yeah,
a detail that everyone was talking about.
yeah. 100%. I was talking to Corinne and she was like screenshotting all the Twitter stuff, and I was like, "This is great. This is great. I'm so happy people are loving it."
I love when I find out little details like that are
Yeah.
improvised. It just makes it so much more special. But one of the other things I really loved for you in episode two was getting to see Harry be with the 118. I love that Buck and Eddie kind of were like, listen, like, let him come with us. He needs
Yeah,
to come with
exactly.
us. Why do you think he needed that during all this uncertainty rather than sitting back and getting to babysit the kids?
I think I think that Harry has had to do a lot of parenting himself. And I think that that is right now, especially to a dynamic that's coming clear through to the audience, right? Um, and in him parenting himself, I think it's also like it's tough for him to have to then walk into the guardian role, taking care of the kids while everybody's kind of off at the firehouse. And so being able to hop in the truck, being able to be in a position where it's not even like, don't even be a first responder right now. We're not looking for that. Like just be here, just take a second to breathe. You have people around you. I think this season is really all about family. It's all about finding ways to rebuild. And the 118 is becoming a new family for him. They are very much so wrapping their arms around him, understanding that he's going through a lot of grief as they're going through grief too, because they lost their captain. I lost my stepfather, but they also lost somebody that is very important to them. And we're all kind of just like coming together um, and trying to contribute in any way possible. So I think that the storyline of him hopping in, going along on the calls, and also being able to just like be in the action and see how these people step up as heroes. I think that it is strengthening the bond of family, but it's also by them showing their strength, it's helping strengthen himself. So it's just all the little inner workings of the season. Like the story is coming together so well.
Yeah. And you actually led me into my favorite question of this interview.
Okay.
We're going to get back to the serious questions, but I have to ask you this. As you said, the 118 family is clearly rallying around May and Harry and embracing them during this time. He lists off having home cooked meals at Hen and Karen's house,
Mm-hmm.
watching The Bachelor with Buck. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to ask you, what activities do you think he's doing with Eddie, Chim and Maddie, and then Ravi?
Mm. I think Eddie Ryan is just this dude is jacked. Like he's just straight up jacked. It is incredible to see he is built like a Greek god. So I would say Eddie. I don't even know what the word play would be, but he's in the gym with Eddie. Definitely in the gym with Eddie. Um, Jim and Maddie. I think I think we're doing Zen nights. I think we're doing Zen nights. They just in real life, Kenny and Jennifer are such like calm people, and they're so wise. Like Kenny and I, we just have all these like really cool, deep conversations, and it's all centered around like how do you find your peace? How do you find yourself? So I would definitely say like him and I are there. And then who else? Sorry, who else did you
And
say?
Ravi.
And then Ravi. Mm, Ravi, I think we're doing bowling nights.
You aced this question.
No,
Oh,
no, yeah, like seriously though. I mean, like Anirudh, he's the boy. He is a really, really cool dude. When I met him, I thought he was a little younger than he was. I thought he was like 22. I was like, oh yeah, man. I was like 30. You're 30? But he just like has this like really chill, like laid back, like not just like young guy essence, and like we love it, but we tease him for being a millennial. But anyways, yeah, I think with all of them we have our own like little things that would happen in the universe. And yeah, I just all the dynamics between everybody are great.
Going back to obviously the grieving process that we're seeing with Harry, I really love the way he's demonstrating it. It's so, obviously all of the characters are going through something different, but I feel like it's really interesting to see what Harry's kind of going through. Specifically, that scene where he's, talking to May and he's like, I made a choice. I'm an adult. I get to do that now, right? And he refers to his father, his stepfather, and Athena's choices. Tell me a little bit about his current headspace and how that grief is kind of affecting how he looks at risks and making choices like dropping out of high school. Obviously, I imagine those are heavily, shaped because of Bobby's death.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I you know it right on the head. I think for Harry right now, it is he's having a real manifestation of just anxiety all around him. And because of that, he's looking for something to grip onto that is controllable. And so for him right now, in this space of everybody being like, you know, oh, I want to go to space. Oh, I want to be a first responder. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. He's like, please, can somebody just allow me to have a little bit of calm? Because with him having this whole like parental figure, like he's constantly worried about other people.
Yeah.
And I think Harry just wants to take a breath. He just wants to be able to calm down, zen out for a second, right? And I think that's manifesting also into anger with him.
Yeah.
And it allows him to make, some slick comments like the ones that he's making now, right? But like it's a call for help. It really is. He is in pain. He's hurt by, seeing all these people around him disappear. And I think he's just looking for a sense of normalcy, a sense of calm, a sense of just being able to, as I said, take a breath and just take a second. Um, but I think that, the really cool thing about this whole storyline too is like this is so reflective of the world. This is so reflective of how people experience grief. And especially in myself too. Like I've had my own struggles with anxiety and just trying to figure out like how do I put some type of control over this situation to feel okay. Um, and so in that way, I think a lot of people can relate to that and see that like he's not even trying to be mean about it, even though he may make some comments that come out of anger. He's just trying to say like, please give me a second, you know?
Going back to my first question, why it is so important to have Harry and May have these main storylines, especially after Bobby's death, because the kids get deeply affected by this. It's not something that can be glossed over, and having them in the main cast and having these storylines and showing that to the younger generation watching is so crucial.
Yes, absolutely. You're 100% right. I think it's a part of it being so crucial is just like we're bringing humanity to these people. Like this is yes, 911 is big and wild and fun, and we in the midst of all of this have the craziest things going on. We're somehow going to space, like all this crazy stuff is happening, but it's the heart of the story that really keeps people on for 9 seasons. You can only do so much blowing stuff up to keep people's attention, right? Like this is what speaks to the power of the show. This is what speaks to how special the show is. Like we really do explore what real life is like. So yeah, I'm loving it. You can see I'm a fan of the show myself, you know.
And I love seeing that. I love when I talk to actors and they're genuinely just a fan of everything they're doing in the
Yeah.
character. And actually, again, led me into my next question. What has been your favorite part of getting to build a character as he's specifically getting to grow and kind of go into adulthood? And have you been able to offer some things that you'd like to explore based on your own experiences?
Yeah. What's really cool is, and I love this question. Um, what's really cool is our showrunner, Tim, he very much so allows us to, bring our input into these characters. We have a lot of calls to just check in, kind of understand what the storyline is, what's kind of moving along. And I think the really cool part of playing a character, Harry's 18. The really cool part of playing a character so young is that I'm 19. So I am in the exact same place as Harry. I may not be, experiencing all the same things in the exact same ways, but the ways that I am trying to learn myself, build myself, work through new things, walk into adulthood, I'm doing that right there along with Harry, right? We're both in this place of like trying to feel the world out, trying to understand what is going on around us. And so it just makes the character so easy to play too. The fact that, as I said, we bring so much humanity into it, I'm bringing my humanity into the character. And honestly, that's a real like space of vulnerability for me too. But I think that's what acting is about. Acting is being able to express and be and let go and pull your emotions into things. So yeah, I mean, I think it's been so cool being able to bring myself into the character, not just necessarily like a lot of the times it's just like put memories that you may have into things so that you can cry or like whatever it is. No, this is an active growth that I am experiencing in my life as long as, as well as with the character. So yeah, I mean, it's just been really cool.
What do you think Harry learned from Bobby that he's going to try to apply as he finds his purpose going forward?
Mm. Wow, that's a really great question. I think I'm not going to give too much away, but I think what Harry has learned from Bobby, Elijah has also learned from Peter in real life. And I think that is how to stay calm. I think it's how to thrive in your environment and sometimes be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Peter is so amazing, and it's so hard for the show to lose him, and also to like miss him on set too. Like he's a great guy, but he's also just one of the most calm, down to earth people I know. And he really did, along with everybody else, but like he played this really strong role in making the set a home for me. Um, and so I think as well for Harry, he had a stepfather that, you know, yes, it's very clear that like I haven't been in your life the entire time, but I'm going to be as strong of a figure as I can. I'm going to be as strong of a parent as I can. And I think that's why we see Harry being in such a place of like not knowing what to do, feeling anger, feeling sadness, feeling all these different types of emotions every which way, knowing that he lost somebody that was so important to him. Even in how we left off season 8, like he's crying, like he is in pain seeing his stepfather go away. Um, but I think that it'll be a moment for him to come into himself. I think it'll be a moment for him to, move through the process of maturation and learning how to experience and process growth. And I think it'll be, something that's hard to work through, but also something that's really going to benefit him.
I'm so excited to see your work for the rest of the season. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Elijah.
Professional artists and professors, maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life, comics, movies, and TV. Yeah, pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this.